My testimony. I had a hard time thinking and writing about my testimony. As far back as I can remember, God has always been there for me. He has never forsaken me. It is I who has forsaken him. As I look back through my life's journey, there have been countless times where I have wronged him and sinned against him. However, I know that through his grace and love for me, I am forgiven. I feel God's love when I view a magnificent sunrise and seeing that orange glow in the sky radiating through the clouds, breaking up the night sky, being mirrored on the still waters of a lake, feeling the warmth of the sun's rays, or a night sky when it's being illuminated by billions and billions of bright stars. My Lord and Savior showed himself to me back in 1982 when I was 14 years old, facing a major emergency surgery. And I asked the surgeon, what if I screw up? And yes, those were exactly my words, and that's the way I worded it. And of course, his response was, let's not think or worry about that. Of course, the doctor's going to tell a child this, especially with mom and dad in the room. The doctor's words of reassurance were, to say the least, reassuring. Here's a 14-year-old kid laying in bed, about to have open heart surgery, when I cannot begin to express the thoughts, the emotions, the uncertainties, the what ifs that were running through my head. I was scared beyond being scared. The reality of it is simple. This truly could very well be the end. I was on the verge of tears, and at the same time had to be brave, because I could see the fear in my parents' eyes and their uncertainty. Looking around at everyone in the room, they all had that same exact expression. I did not know, it did not matter where I looked. The look I saw was the same. It was the look of fear. It was the look of the unknown. I was scared that this was the end, and I had no idea what was going to lie ahead, if anything at all. Will I live? Am I going to die? Is there another side? If there's another side, will I be accepted? The worries, the anxiety, the fear, the what ifs. What about my parents? What about... And I looked up at the blank television screen that was mounted on the wall, and I stared at it. And as I stared, I saw a silhouette of a man with a staff in his hand. Standing next to him appeared to be a sheep. And I focused on that silhouette, that man, that image. And as I pointed at the TV, I asked my mom, do you see that? And she was sitting on the side of the bed with me. And she turned and looked. And she said, no. What are you looking at? And I said again, the TV. And again, she saw nothing. It was at that moment I smiled, because I knew my fears, the anxiety, the weight of the world was gone, and I was at peace. For I knew no matter what happened, I was going to be okay. I knew my Lord and Savior was there watching over me and protecting me. I knew from that moment on that God would always be there for me, and that he would never forsake me, even when I have forsaken him and sinned against him. I remember that God's love every time I see a beautiful sunrise, the serenity of a snowflake landing gently on the ground, or the beauty of a star-filled night sky. I am here, Lord, and thank you.